To start off 2026, I decided to use only my resistance band's home gym to see what I think of the build right now and if there's any improvements I can make along the way. And in the previous video, I went over 4 reasons why the setup can annoy me, but some of the things I'm going to mention here can help improve those things as well as make this setup more viable for people in a small home office gym. So with that, let's take a look at the improvements I came up with if you want to use a resistance band's home gym setup similar to the one I have. Now the first upgrade I went with is buying a squat wedge. I actually bought 2 of them so they go under each individual foot and go on top of the Geku board that I use with my setup. The reason I bought this is that some people might have trouble getting deep into a squat, especially with the resistance bands and the tension removing as the band is not stretched any longer. So for me, I actually run into this issue even with dumbbells or free weights. So having the squat wedges is a big plus. It also forces more tension into the quadriceps when doing a squat movement pattern. So these squat wedges actually are an improvement in multiple versions of my home gyms. So I will go ahead and leave the squat wedges I bought in the description below, but just note the ones that I have are kind of like a rubbery material. You can put them also on top of each other for easier storage and they become kind of a square. But the main reason I like these is that they don't move around when I'm doing the squat itself, whether that be front squats or Zercher squats. Even when I'm just doing suitcase squats, they stick right in place, allowing me to get lower into the squat with more comfort. And it actually gives me additional pre-stretch with the bands and feels great when doing this exercise. Now I bought them on Amazon and they are pretty cheap, so a nice, easy improvement to what I think is a exercise that can be tough for some people to get into the deep squat when doing that movement pattern. So the next improvement is something the Geku board is actually built to do, and that is do exercises when putting it vertical versus horizontal. Now, with all of my old exercises in my videos, you might have noticed that I had it horizontal when I did things like the chest press using both the bar and the handles. However, you might find if you are using a bar that it is very hard to lie on the board and get the bar over your head into a chest press style position. But if you put it in the portrait mode or kind of like a vertical mode up behind your back, you can actually get this to fit pretty well. I do still get a little rubbing on my on the edges of my shoulders as my shoulders are a bit broad, so that can be a problem. But if that's not, this is the better way to get into position, and it makes it much easier to do so as well. You may need to add a band or two to make it hard enough for the exercise, but do know it's very easy to set this up. The other exercises you can do with this are something like a lateral raise. I used to stand on the band, but actually if I set it up with the vertical positioning, I can actually do the band with the board instead of standing on it, which is a major plus for me. Additionally, you might even be able to do a version of pullovers with this setup too. So I've been testing this and it's okay. I do wish that the anchor point was higher up over my head, but it is an option if you want to try and do a style of pullover versus doing something like the shrugs I had in my plan before. So with that, if you have the board like I do or a similar one that has those kind of slots on the bottom of it that allow you to put it in a vertical position, try doing that instead of always having it in a landscape or horizontal position. All right, upgrade number 3 goes back to the Geku board, and this is regarding the pads on the bottom. Now, the one that you get with the Geku board, at least when I got it, they might have changed it since, but the ones I got, they left markings on the wall when I did things like seated rows. So for this exercise, I love putting it up against a wall just for some security. However, I did notice that the little things they put on the bottom to help protect your floors can leave marks on white walls. So what I did is I bought really thick felt pads instead, and these work just as well. They actually stick better. I did lose one of the old pieces from the original setup, but these felt pads are great. They're bigger in overall size to fit on the bottom of the Geku platform, and again, leave no markings from my initial testing. So if you want to go with me, again, pretty cheap to buy these. These are larger, I think like 3-inch pads, so you can get those and see how well they work for your setup. Oh, and of course, I do rent this place, so leaving marks on walls is not great, as I do have to paint over them before I leave. And on to the final update for my setup, and again, it's something with the board itself. This one goes to my complaint in the previous video with the friction on the bottom of the board as the band slides across it. Sometimes it can make it hard to set up the exercise. So with that, I was taking a look at options that I have, and I found something called polyethylene, if that's how you say it, tape that allows for the band to move more freely underneath the platform. So again, this type of tape is meant to be able to easily slide across certain surfaces, and it works pretty well here. Is it absolutely perfect? No, but it is much better than just using the wood on the bottom of the board itself. So what I did is I cut them into about 5-inch strips, and each one of these is 2 inches. The width of them is 2 inches. So if you actually measure the opening where the bands go, it's about 4 inches. So when I did this, I did overlay it a little bit, so there isn't a little bit of overlap, just so there's no gap in between. But I might go back with an X-Acto knife and just cut off the excess to make it just perfectly flush. Regardless, in my testing, it does work a lot better, and I do feel like it's actually protecting my bands, where I think over time, if I didn't do this, the bands would eventually fray as I used them, leading to potential snapping, which can be dangerous with the serious steel bands. But please know, I never actually had the band snap on me before this when using the Geku platform. It's just something I think about that could potentially happen, and this tape can help alleviate that problem. So those are all of my enhancements to my resistance bands home gym setup. Most of them go with the board, as that's where you see the most friction and kind of the most issues when it comes to some setup for exercises. But again, things like the squat wedges that can help with certain exercises will go a long way. And one exercise I forgot to put in is that you can do calf raises with them as well, which is pretty awesome. So again, multiple uses here that you can use with this board setup. And these upgrades have really helped me like to use this setup a bit more as I'm going through 2026.